Charity, or are you actually making money?
That's a good question. So I go on volume where I make a little bit of money and balance the charity.
How many people are coming in here each day?
400 to 500 people in the lunch crowd, and then I got 4, 5, 6 buses coming in.
500
Place is nice, so it's cheap, finger licking good.
Assalamualaikum, Elsa di sini. Hai guys, hai semua, halo tetangga. Gimana kabar teman-teman semua? Semoga sehat selalu, semoga bahagia selalu, dan semoga hari teman-teman semua selalu good day. Selamat datang di channel YouTube Elsa Widianti Putri. Hari ini kita akan mereaction dari channel More Best Ever Good Review. Oke, ini dia kayaknya sedang membuat sebuah perbandingan. Apakah makanan buffet itu mungkin makanan yang kayak semacam prasmanan gitu gak sih, buffet? Ya gak sih, boleh komen di bawah orang Malaysia buffet itu apa? Yang harga $3 versus makanan yang harga $42. Yang manakah lebih worth it? Apakah makanan 42 lebih worth it daripada $3, ataupun sebaliknya makanan $3 lebih worth it daripada makanan $42? Nanti kita lihat makanan apa saja yang bisa uncle ini dapatkan dengan ringgit dengan $3 dan juga $42 guys. Tapi sebelum dimulai video reactionnya, seperti biasa aku mau ngajakin teman-teman semua dulu untuk subscribe channel ini dan aktifkan lonceng notifikasinya supaya tidak ketinggalan updatean terbaru dari channel ini. Dan bagi teman-teman yang mau request, bisa banget DM di Instagram aku di @elsawidiantiputri. Sudah tanpa berlama-lama, tanpa membuang masa, jumlah kita mulai video reactionnya. Are you ready? Let's go.
In this video, we're trying out extreme buffets here in Malaysia, starting with the cheapest buffet we could find. A buffet coming in at just a few dollars. They have a soup. This smells pungent,
makanan yang disediain di tempat-tempat kayak prasmanan gitu gak sih, buffet
we're going
itu?
to this country's most expensive buffet. There is so much here, I don't even know where to begin. Which one will give me the most bang for my buck? Soon, we'll find out. All right, let's see how their strip loin game is. The most expensive food at this buffet. Let's go for it. Buffets, they're a great way to stretch your dollar. They're also a great way to try and sample a bunch of different foods. But no matter the buffet, they still have to make money. So how do these two buffets do it? Well, let's go and find out. Right now we're headed to the cheap buffet. Our first buffet behind me, it's called Naan Corner, and I believe it was established in 1983. That might be the address. What's astounding about this place is you can come here, eat all you want to eat, and it's only going to cost you $3.20.
Makanan all you can eat gitu ya,
And it makes me a
sepuasnya.
little bit scared because they still have to make money. So are they skimping on ingredients? What could they possibly be doing or serving in order to still make a profit off that very cheap price? We're going to go inside and see for ourselves what they've got. All right, we are entering now. Boom, fountain. Not bad. I believe this is the man behind Naan Corner. Hopefully, I'll get to meet him soon. Let's head inside.
Oke, ini tempat pertama nih yang dia kunjungi. Wah, ini restoran gak sih?
Right here is the buffet, and they've got about 25 to 30 items. For $3.20, they can have 5 items. I'd still be pretty happy. They have a soup.
yang
It's like a
ringgit
sour
nih
laksa.
guys.
This smells pungent, but it smells good at the same time.
Tapi
Reminds me of some
tempatnya
good
kayak
fishy
restoran mewah,
Vietnamese
weh.
soup. Right here we have beef lung. It looks like they smothered it with delicious sauces and they've made it taste good. Here we have fried tofu. We have seafood even. What kind of buffet that costs $3 has crab claws? Are they packed with meat? No, absolutely not. But at least if you chew on it, you can get the flavor of crab. Nice. Right here you can see fried fish of many kinds. And we have fried chicken right here. As we move down, we have a variety of curries or braised fishes and seafoods and sauces. We have a bunch of vegetables here. Not interested. As we get further down, we've got the sauces. Nobody does sauce better than Malaysia. Except for maybe Indonesia. Now you guys fight about that in the comments. We have soy sauce. We have this big, thick, delicious sambal
Ini
sauce.
semuanya harga
I wanna get course number
$3
one.
ya?
Sit down and eat.
Sekitar
For the
berapa
soup, you
ringgit
need
ya?
to put the noodles
16
in first.
ringgit ya?
Right here we have some delicious rice noodles. Very bouncy. I'm gonna hit that with a little bit of
13
onion.
ringgit.
Look at that. Oh, it's like a fish sludge. Next, I gotta get some of this beef lung. They put a little bit of lettuce
Sepuasnya
on
nih kan
top to make
makannya.
everything look fresh. I like it. I like fried tofu, especially with a good dipping sauce. And I gotta try some of this fried chicken. Course one, let's get into it. Right here we have our
Ini
soup
dia
and
ngambil
noodles. Really, what it looks like is kind of a
soup
fish stock that's been boiling since 1983. Let's just try the broth to begin with.
Laksa. Laksa
Wow,
nggak sih?
spicy, savory, super fishy, but in a good way. And there's a lot of bones. Do not scoop this up for your 3-year-old. Give it to them and leave the room. They will perish. Here we have some chunks, some broth, onions, and noodles.
Kayak laksa ya,
Very sour. There's
sejenis.
meat in there, but it's almost just like tiny
Semacam
meat
itu kayaknya.
particles floating about the broth.
Ada toge
This is
juga
a cleverly
tuh,
put
ada
together
mie.
dish and it tastes delicious. Over here, this plate is astounding. This is a crunchy fried tofu. Back in the day when I was dieting and I didn't know many recipes, I would oven bake tofu and then dip it in honey mustard. It's delicious. I was a soy boy. Cheers. Now I'm a soy man. It doesn't have a ton of flavor. It has a ton of crunch. What it needs is a little bit of sambal. There's fermented shrimp paste in here, and this is perfect if your tofu doesn't have enough kick.
Tapi tempatnya kayak
It's got flavor
restoran
now.
gitu.
Holy cow. Very spicy, a little
Tapi
sweet, super
harganya
salty.
masih
Right here we have the beef lung.
sesuai kantong banget gitu. Masih 13 ringgit, masih bagus lah,
The
masih
lung is
worth
kind
it.
of nice and chewy, but then around that, there's just so much flavor. It's sweet, it's savory, it's sour, it's awesome. We have the fried chicken. It's got a nice orange
Ayam
marinade on
goreng.
the outside that's dyed it, this pleasant color. Cheers. Crunchy on the outside, juicy on the inside. And these are good chunks too. That's beautiful breast meat. I love breast meat. They won my heart already. Our expensive buffet is going to have to be 20 times better than this if they're going to get the most bang for my buck. In a moment, I'm going to get some more food, but first I have to interview the owner to learn more about this place. I'm here with Mr. Boom, owner of this buffet. Sir,
Mr.
nice to
Boom.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's really incredible how
ownernya
much
nih.
value you can get here for the money. Because I saw, okay, it's a little bit more than $3.
Ini gimana
It's
sih
just going to
tempatnya?
be like vegetables, noodles, rice. But you have a lot of meat. Is this a charity or are you actually making money?
That's a good question. So I go on volume where I make a little bit of money and balance the charity.
What is the most expensive thing in the menu?
All the
Oke, nah jadi uncle ini kayak berjualan sambil ibaratnya beramal gitu guys.
ikan bakar.
Is that fish? Is that beef? What is that?
That's fish. So that is the main
Oh,
attraction.
menu andalannya
on,
ikan
lunch.
bakar.
Right here we come to the grilling station. They just put these fish on here. The fish are wrapped in banana leaves and they are bubbling away. How long will it take the fish to cook?
Normally it takes around 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh, it's a long time. You say your business strategy is to get volume, lots of people. How many people are coming in here each day?
400 to 500 people in the lunch crowd, and then I got 4, 5, 6
Wih,
buses coming in.
500
Place is nice,
orang.
food is cheap, finger licking good.
This is vegetable tutur. It is basically a vegetable dough that's fried. It's beautiful. You like this one?
Very much.
Who doesn't like fried food? Come on. I noticed that if people want to, they can also have their wedding reception here.
Yes, every weekend from Friday to Sunday,
Oh,
public holiday is
bisa
packed.
Well,
untuk
sir, I regret to say
ini.
I've already had my wedding, but perhaps one day
Bisa
when I
disewa
renew my
juga guys
vows, I could
untuk
come back.
acara
Please do,
pernikahan.
cheap and good.
Cheap and good. That's what I
Yeah,
like. Guys,
cheap
check it
and
out. We come to
good.
the
Mantap,
bread
murah
frying
dan
station. Right here, we
juga
have
enak
our
gitu.
dough. The dough's already been flattened out. He gives it a little bit of a whack, and then he gently eases
Ini
it over
apa?
here into the oil. In India, when I've had this type of thing, it's called puri.
Apa?
But
Roti
here it's
goreng.
called roti madura. Look at how it gets big
Hah?
and it puffs
Roti
up as he
Madura?
fries it. This looks delicious. This is going to be perfect for soaking up some stew or gravy. Let's get to round two. Step one, this is
Madura.
beef keema. That looks delicious. Trying to grab some of that freshly fried bread. Here we have our fried
Makannya
chuchor.
pakai-
Oh, lots of brown colors. It's a brown theme on this one. And the last we have that fish. That looks perfect. Let's go eat. Look, I did get silverware because I'm going to eat the Malay way with my thingy.
baru lihat
Well,
aku kayak
with
gitu
this
cara
hand in
makannya.
particular. This hand is for other naughty things.
Ada karinya,
Right here,
ada
fried
ikan
stuff.
bakarnya.
It looks real
Ini
good.
apa sih? Pergedel.
Well seasoned, very delicious, a little spicy. It's just like a spongy little veggie fried thing. Speaking of being fried, we also have the bread. Look at that, it's like a soft pillow. I want to lay my head down on this at night and have dreams about carbohydrates. This is destined for our beef keema over here.
Kari sapi tuh, kari
That's
daging.
really good. It's got tons of spices like a curry, but it has some of that
Kayak
stewed
roti
beef
canai,
essence.
tapi
It's very delicious.
itu
I kind of wish I
digoreng
had a
dengan
spoon.
minyak yang banyak guys.
Solved it. Right here we have that fish we were waiting for. It's caked in this beautiful sauce. And then I have an additional sauce. This is like a
ikan
sweet
bakar
soy
pakai
sauce
saus
flavored with
kecap.
onions and chilies in there. Oh, that's a good sauce. It's light, it's sweet, it's a little bit spicy.
Oh, kecap bawang
Fish
ya.
is a little bit fishy, but people don't mind the fish flavor here. You go to the West and people are like, my fish better not taste like fish. It better taste like nothing. There's one food that was made famous by the owner of this place. He is Mr. Boom, and his famous food is the Roti Boom. Let's go check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with
Roti
Hussein.
Boom.
He's about to make the Roti Boom. He starts with a dough. He puts some butter on
Ini
top of
roti
it. He
canai,
slathers it. He
tapi
whips it
mungkin
around,
ukurannya
making it
besar
bigger and
gitu.
bigger and bigger. And then he shrinks it down, wraps it up, and then that's it. That's the dough part. That is going to make it incredibly
Roti
flaky
Boom.
once it's finally cooked. Next, he puts some butter on the tawa, and he puts the dough on top of that. Everything so far has been fantastic, but what is something you're really proud of?
I'm proud of my roti boom 1983. I implement the roti boom.
Wow.
It's a small prata and the name boom comes from me. So I'm the founder of roti boom.
And is that fried
pendiri
roti?
roti.
More or less like a prata, more or less like roti China, but different version with more ingredients, egg and butter inside to make it more crispy and nice.
Sama
Here we
kayak
go
roti
with the
canai,
flip.
cuma
It
lebih
looks
banyak
incredible,
mentega dan
golden
juga
brown, and now
telur.
frying on the other side. Boom, he takes it out, he smashes it, he puts it in the basket, and take a look at that.
Jadi
Soft,
dia
nice,
lebih
and maybe even burning his
moist gitu,
fingertips. Right here, our
lebih-
final dish.
lebih
So
lembut.
the first one, the chef kind of molested it. So I'm gonna put that one to the side. This one
Lebih
though,
cepat
it's still
koyak-koyaknya.
blazing hot. It's just crispy, flaky bread with a load of butter infused. I'm gonna try it out plain just like this. Cheers.
Mr. Boom, pendiri roti boom guys.
Oh my god, that's good. Like eating fresh baked biscuits.
Iya,
It's flaky,
tuh.
it's buttery, it's soft, it's
Lembaran-lembarannya
steaming, it's
lembut banget
delicious.
tuh.
Not only that, you get a little bit of a show. You know, the boom. Wait, did you get it on camera?
Boom, boom.
Yeah, it's pretty epic. This, I love it. But this marks the end of this buffet, and now we will transition to the most expensive buffet we could find in Malaysia. They are going to have to work real hard to beat this place. We have come to our second and final destination
Oke,
here
nah
at
ini yang
Shangri-La.
42 ini ya dolar guys.
Lemon Garden. That is the name of their
Hotel.
buffet. It is the most expensive buffet we can find in this city. Let's head there now.
Premium seafood. Rame.
Just in this one buffet, there are over 200 items, including fresh seafood. So you might be wondering, what about the price?
Ini
Well, the
lebih ke
price is just
makan-makanan
over
seafood nih.
$42. Let me come show you now. There is so much here, I don't even know where to begin. Luckily, they've categorized it into different regions. First of all, we have Chinese cuisine, we have Malay and Indian cuisine. Over here, we have Western and Italian cuisine, and then we have desserts too. Let's go this way and work our way over. Starting with Chinese cuisine. Section 1, soup. This is double boiled white radish with chicken soup. Okay, listen, don't start with this. This is good if you're like sick or something, but then don't come to a buffet. I'm gonna skip the soup and go over here. All right here they have a fish head. Amazing that the fish head is remaining because people here in Malaysia love fish head soup so much. So right here we've got roasted duck. I'm gonna throw some of this on my plate. Here they have Mongolian sauce fried chicken. That actually looks fantastic, but a bit too basic. They have fried rice. You have to have a carby base, but this is no average fried rice. It is covered with these fried silver anchovies. I can't go to a buffet without getting mantau, Chinese fried bread. That is the Chinese section on my plate. Let's keep moving. Here we have creeped into the Malay and Indian cuisine section. Right here we have a vegetable martabak. It's almost like a fried sandwich, but with kind of a roti instead of bread on the outside. Right here we've got the satay. We've just run out of chicken satay, but we have beef right here. I'm a big fan of beef, so no worries about that. And then don't forget to get some sauce. I mean, where's the sauce container? Ah, thank you. Some angel just came from the
Ini
crowd and gave me a bowl for my sauce. Right here we have a
$42
delicious
bisa
peanut
habis
sauce.
puasnya.
That's exactly what you want to have. All right, we have our first round right here. Let's go eat. Boom. We have all shades of brown here right now. We'll have to get a little bit of color next time. I'm going to start with this. This is sauteed. You take that, you drowned it in peanut sauce like this. Cheers.
Oh,
That's good. The meat
Langsung
is seasoned
diseruput.
beautifully. Tons of spices. I can taste lemongrass in there. And then, of course, the peanut sauce also spicy, savory, and just full of rich peanutty goodness.
wow.
This is a vegetable martabak. The
Martabak. Martabak.
Rick and Morty. The Rick and Mortabak is a very special street food here in
Martabak.
Malaysia. I've even
Martabak.
seen it in Mombasa when I was traveling in Kenya. Let's try it out. Delicious, beautifully spiced. It tastes like Indian food. Here's the truth. I'm trying to find interesting foods to show you and include some for myself that I just genuinely like this, a fried Chinese bun. This can be eaten with beautifully moist roasted duck.
Bebeknya juicy banget tuh.
This is course 1. Let's keep going. I'm here with Chef
Ini
Muhammad
chefnya.
Safi. He is the
Chef
man in
Muhammad
charge when it
Safi.
comes to this buffet. Put her there. My team, we looked for the most expensive buffet that we could find in Kuala Lumpur, and this is it.
Yes.
Why is this the most expensive buffet?
First, our buffet spread is huge. It's more than 200, 300 items.
We're getting started with round 2
Wah,
here at the
200 sampai
seafood
300
station.
item. Buset.
Nobody saw that, right? That one just plummeted to its second death. Here we have crab legs and crab claws, mussel, something I wish I had more of. Even here they have like a tiny little scallop.
Second one, what we offering on the buffet, the quality of the product, what we have brought into this hotel. An example, I show you the oysters. This is a fresh oyster. 2 times a week we
Memang
flown from the
seger-seger sih
US.
There's an
nampaknya.
oyster station over here. Boom. Everyone's using a tweezer, so I'm going to use my hands. Just don't touch all the oysters. It's pretty simple. The seafood plate is complete. Up there in the seafood line, there is tension in the air. Everyone's all smiles on the outside, but on the inside, they want the best seafood. They're battling it out for who gets the best stuff. Right here, we have a shrimpy. I'm going to rip the head off like I'm in the WWE. Boom. And just like that, it's naked. Just like me the first time I went camping. Wait a minute. I should talk to a therapist about that. Cheers. chilled, dense, shrimpy, beautiful. Right here we have a mussel. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of lemon. Oh yeah, it's good because it's a mussel, but they didn't do any stuff to it. It's just steamed. Here, half a mud crab. The claw here has been shattered. Either that or this crab got into an awful car accident before they brought it here. Hit it with a little bit of lemon. Cheers. It's sweet, it's dense. The claw meat, it is the best of all the meats. Last of all, we have an oyster. A little bit of hit of vinegar. These are freshly shucked, and it should be breathing its last breath right now. Cheers. That's not a bad one. Eating oysters, it's like going on a Tinder date. You just never know what you're gonna get. So that is the seafood. I'm gonna get one more course. Let's go up there and see what else we can find. Some people, they come to a buffet, they pay a lot of money, they just want to eat the most expensive foods. What is the most expensive food you're serving here?
We have a strip loin on the buffet. The carving we come for you. The whole is around 5 kilos. It's very nice, juicy.
So I just got some good tips from the chef. I asked him, what is the most expensive, valuable thing here? He said this, the roasted beef strip loin, and that's what I'm getting now. You are the man in charge here. What are your responsibilities?
Responsibility is to make sure the satisfaction of every single guest came into this restaurant. They are very satisfied with this food quality. We trying to don't drop the quality. We just trying to move up.
I think you're doing great work here. The buffet looks amazing. It's a great value for the money. I'm gonna go try some of that expensive sirloin now.
Sure.
The secret's out.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final course right here. And come take a look. Strip loin, big, fat, juicy. There's vegetables, there's stuffing, and there's this right here. This is the mustard the chef just gave me personally. I'm gonna cut a piece. It's pretty soft, pink and juicy. The most expensive food at this buffet. Let's go for it. Oh, look, it's juicy, it's fatty, it's tender. It's an absolute delight. The one thing it lacks is a little bit of flavor. So I'm gonna throw some of the mustard on there. All right, mustard strip loin. It's like hot mustard. It's got some tang, it's got some bite. If you love animals, let me rephrase that. If you love animal parts that have been put into an oven, you will love this. This is fantastic. So that is the most expensive buffet that we could find here in Kuala Lumpur. The chef is a great guy. The team is doing amazing work here. But now I have to go outside and decide which buffet gave me the most bang for my buck. It is gonna be a tough one. Let's figure it out. Well, guys, today we went to the cheapest and the most expensive buffets we could find here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And my God, this is perhaps the hardest decision of my life. I feel like I'm choosing between my child and my wife, and I don't even have kids yet. So one thing to keep in mind as I choose is I'm not trying to choose the best buffet. I'm trying to choose which buffet gave me the most bang for my buck. In that case, I would have to say it was the cheap buffet. It's hard to outdo a buffet that costs $3.50. $1.50 on weekends, by the way. For this to be better, it would have to be like 20 times better. Kudos to the $3.50 maestro himself, and the food was very impressive, especially for the price. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Stick around because we have one more video in Malaysia, and then we're out of here. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.
Oke, nah jadi aku setuju sih sama pilihan dari uncle ini guys. Makanan yang $3 itu lebih worth it untuk dibeli dan masuk di harga kantong gitu kan. Nah kalau mungkin $42 itu boleh lah mungkin sekali-sekali, 2 bulan sekali, 3 bulan sekali makannya gitu kan. Nah kalau yang $3 ini atau sekitar 13 ringgit mungkin ya, 13 ringgit atau 14 ringgit gitu. Selain harga makanannya murah, tapi juga banyak jenis makanannya. Ada berapa ya tadi, 30 jenis makanan yang tersedia di kedai Mr. Boom tadi guys. Kedai tapi tempatnya itu kayak restoran gitu, tapi harganya murah sesuai dengan yang Uncle Boom katakan bahwa dia berniaga sambil beramal. Makanya dia meletakkan harga makanan di restoran dia atau kedai dia itu sangat-sangatlah murah guys. Tapi aku nggak tahu nih tempat Mr. Boom ini di mana tadi lokasinya, apakah di sekitaran Kuala Lumpur atau keluar dari Kuala Lumpur. Bagi yang tahu itu di negeri apa boleh komen di bawah ya. Cukup sekian video reaction kali ini. Bagi teman-teman yang suka sama video ini jangan lupa untuk like, komen dan subscribe, dan kita ketemu di next video. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum.